Vision boards and goals, they're just clutter if the signal isn't clear. The biggest relief of my career came the day I realized my companies ran better without me. At first, it felt like loss, even irrelevance. I built those businesses from nothing. Every process, every decision, every detail had my fingerprints. Then one morning, after a 2 week break, I walked into the office. Everything was humming. Problems solved, decisions made, growth continuing. And I felt this strange mix of pride and panic. If they don't need me, what's my role? Then it hit me. Freedom wasn't me doing less, it was the system needing me less. Every vision board celebrates what you will do, but the real magic begins when you design what doesn't need you to do it. That's the law of least interference. And it's the final law because it's the ultimate jailbreak. In physics, there's a principle called signal to distortion ratio. The cleaner the signal, the clearer the result. The more distortion, the weaker the transmission. High performers don't create more signal, they remove what distorts it. Simplicity doesn't weaken systems, it strengthens them. In business, the same rule governs freedom. The best leaders aren't more inspired, they're less interrupted. Here's the law: performance is equal to potential minus interference. Think less, design frictionless systems. Simplicity beats motivation every time. That's the law of least interference. This isn't minimalism, it's physics backed by research. Studies on cognitive load show that reducing mental clutter improves performance by up to 45%, and the World Economic Forum found that simplifying operations raises productivity by 20 to 30%. Your Ferrari doesn't need more horsepower, it needs less resistance. When the physics are right, the system drives itself. This is why vision boards often exhaust founders. They add tasks, multiply focus, create distortion. You already have 100 priorities, 1,000 decisions, 10 competing goals, and the vision board says, here are 12 more. Your mind can't handle that kind of load. Vision boards assume more inspiration equals more action. Physics says fewer barriers create more flow. If you're trying to manage every thought, you're blocking every breakthrough. The shift isn't do more, it is remove more. Instead of asking, what should I add, ask, what can I eliminate? Instead of managing thoughts, build systems that think for you. Design environments where the right action happens automatically, where decisions are obvious and flow requires no force. That's mechanics over motivation. That's how freedom stops being something you chase and becomes something you live in. Let me show you what it looks like when someone builds a system that outgrows them. Nusha Ehsan runs Linkviva, an events company, spectacular productions, flawless execution, but she was trapped backstage managing every queue. When we met, I asked her, what's the point of owning a Ferrari if you're still the engine? That line broke her. We built decision rules, empowerment cycles, weekly calibration loops, not more complexity, less interference. 6 months later, she'd freed 60% of her time and expanded operations into Saudi Arabia. Those World Economic Forum findings proved it. Simplification drives 30% higher output. Her business didn't just grow, it outgrew her. Freedom wasn't doing less, it needed less interference. What Nusha built wasn't delegation, it was elimination architecture. Systems so clear, decisions made themselves. Processes so simple, friction disappeared. That's what freedom looks like when physics replaces effort. And here's the final truth, the one that breaks the cage completely. You didn't come here to make vision boards work, you came for a jailbreak. Every goal, every system, every late night, they are all been leading to one question: can I build a business that runs without me being the engine? The answer is yes, but not through motivation, through physics. Your Ferrari doesn't need a better driver, it needs better design. Your team doesn't need more inspiration, they need less interference. And you don't need more goals. You need a system where goals achieve themselves while you finally enjoy the ride. That's the jailbreak. That's freedom. And it's been waiting on the outer side of these 12 laws. Two final questions. Your vision board shows freedom, but freedom comes when the Ferrari drives itself. What would it mean to build a system so clean your goals achieve themselves? And two, if you stopped managing every thought and started managing physics instead, what would your business become? That's the 12th law, least interference. These 12 laws, from false motion to least interference, form one architecture. The physics of how vision boards and goal setting actually work when your Ferrari and your driving capability are finally aligned. This isn't theory, it's the framework I live by. And once you experience it, where clarity, delegation, rhythm, and simplicity compound into freedom, everything changes. If that's what you've been searching for, the next conversation is yours. Let's take a moment with this. The adult Santa Claus, vision boards plus blind faith plus wishful thinking, all waiting for magic. This is where most of us still get stuck, waiting for something outside of us to move what only action can move. So look at the questions on the screen. Where are you passively waiting for magic instead of taking massive action? And as you reflect on this law, think about where that pattern shows up for you. Take a minute each to share with your partner what comes up.